How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about big tech censorship. I know. ABL, what's new? This is pretty much every day. This is how it goes. You're right about that, but I think what they've been doing recently is much more egregious. They're much more out there with it. They're full mask off. Now, I got to back up a little bit here to explain what's going on and why I'm doing this video today. We all saw the Hunter Biden story, the booger sugar, the crazy laptop, all kind of things that were discovered as a result of Steve Bannon, Rudy Giuliani coming forward to the New York Post. We all saw that whole thing. And if you have not seen that, I'll link to my video about that specific incident in the description box below so you can get caught up on it. But long story short, Joe Biden's son, Hunter Biden, had a laptop, took it to a repair shop, never picked it up. The laptop, I think he had actually 3 laptops. They were there for data recovery, and there were some troubling images and emails that were found on the laptop. Allegedly, there's a picture of Hunter Biden with a crack pipe or a meth pipe, either one. There's a video that I've not seen, but apparently is there, of him smoking crack or meth or whatever it is while engaging in a sex act. And the main thing is the emails that show some possible quid pro quo between him and Ukraine, Russia, and China, and his father. Okay, you're being put on these boards like Burisma Holdings in Ukraine, getting paid 50 grand a month to basically have your dad come in and do specific things that will help Burisma Holdings out politically in Ukraine. Okay, all of that's going on. It's a big story for the New York Post because they got it exclusively from Bannon and Giuliani. But when you try to share it on Twitter, you're not able to share it. You're not able to post it. You're not able to do much of anything. You have the picture of Hunter Biden and the alleged crack or meth pipe, the drug pipe that obviously had been used. Somebody said, oh, it's a hoax, it's a prank. They put it right there. I mean, what kind of friends do you have that are going to put a used crack pipe in your mouth while you're sleeping and take a picture of you? Who's going to do that? I don't know, but I digress. The whole thing is when you try to share that picture or that story on Twitter, Facebook as well, I'll talk about Facebook in a minute, you just were not allowed to. It just would not happen. Now, Jack Dorsey, the CEO of Twitter, came out and said that's the wrong way to handle it. It was egregious. We're not going to do it anymore. But people are still not able to share it, really. And some prominent accounts have been locked as a result of sharing a news story. Okay, you're talking about Kelly McEnany, the White House press secretary. You're talking about the Trump War Room, which is the official Trump campaign Twitter. I think James Woods. A lot of people, a lot of high profile, we're talking about 1 million, 3 million, 4 million followers got locked for simply sharing a news story. Now, the New York Post is very well respected. It ain't the New York Times. They're respected as well, but for a different reason. They used to be the so-called paper of record. Now they're kind of a liberal rag, but they're respected in the liberal realm. That's the New York Times. The New York Post is more of a conservative paper, but they've been around for a long time. They're very well respected. They are a trusted and reputable news source. All right. So why are they having their stories censored on Twitter? And the timing is crazy because you have the current Democratic presidential nominee's son and Hunter Biden as a subject of this story, right? You are 20 days away from the election. The timing is crazy. Why can't I see that story right now? Why are they blocking the link? I think what they want to do is to prevent it from going viral. If it goes viral, then that's going to be a really bad look for Joe Biden. And of course, if you are a liberal leftist extremist over at Twitter, working on the left coast and in Silicon Valley, right in the belly of the beast of liberalism, San Francisco, you're going to want to do whatever you can to protect your half-dead goat and goose and Joe Biden and to oppose Trump. Okay, if they could, they would lock Donald Trump's account. But if they go that far, then it might be an issue. I think they went a little bit too far by blocking Kelly McEnany and also the official Trump campaign Twitter. So now you got to have Jack Dorsey go at some kind of hearing, sit before Congress. I'm not sure what that's going to do because he's done that before. So have, I think, Facebook and other Google's been there. What's happened really? What has really happened? All that can happen is you try to edit or change in a different kind of way Section 230, you can edit it or you can just revoke Twitter from Section 230. Basically, what that means is you are protected from lawsuits, from like civil lawsuits, because you are a platform, not a publisher. Twitter just hosts user-generated content. So if there's something on there that's inflammatory or defamatory or something like that, Twitter's not responsible. Twitter's not liable because they didn't do it. Okay. Prime example, this whole thing with Nick Sammon. You got a lot of these publications that are being sued. CNN being one of them. I think Washington Post being another, for millions of dollars because of what they put on their website about Nick Sammon, talking about, oh, he has a punchable face. He's a white supremacist. He did X, Y, and Z. They are not platforms. They are publishers. So whatever goes on their website, they have to be the ones that put it on there, that review it, that edit it, all of that good stuff. It's got to go through a whole process. Then it gets put on their website. Not a subject to laws like libel, slander, everything else. That's what they're being sued for. But Twitter, just for having a link on their website, can't get sued because they are not a publisher. They don't curate content. All they do is just host it. But since they want to start curating content, you have a manually curated trending topics list. So if you see a story that you like, you want to put it to the top. Okay, it's not organic at all, meaning a trending topics list. And you want to stop certain stories from being shown at all on the platform. At a certain point, you are no longer a platform, you are a publisher. You're removing certain content, you're elevating other content, you're putting money behind certain things that's not even your original content. You are a publisher. And you're trying to still hold on to the protections you have as a platform. It's unfair, but I move right along. They are most certainly trying to interfere with the election, talking about big tech and the left in general. They say they're trying to fight against election interference, but I can't tell. All right. They want to just give you the distraction of look over there, Russia, Russia this, Russia that, Russia, and Ukraine and the Republicans and Trump, orange man bad. Meanwhile, they're actively involved with election interference. Why can't I see what Joe Biden's son did? Why can't I see what Joe Biden allegedly did by going to Ukraine and making sure that the official that was looking into his son's company got fired? Why can't I see the emails that allegedly showed Joe Biden getting a kickback from his kids from their business dealings that Joe Biden influenced by using his power when he was the vice president to get certain things done, to bully people? Okay, you got Victor Shulkin fired by threatening to withhold $1 billion in loans from the U.S., right? And Victor Shulkin was the guy looking into your son's company, Burisma Holdings, that was paying him $50,000 a month. Now, if he's getting paid $50,000 a month, how much of that money did Joe Biden get? How much of that went to the quote unquote family in general, right? Why can't I see that? Oh, it's because there's stolen information, ABL, and it's unverified. It's not really real. Well, tell that to Twitter and Facebook and everybody else that's trying to censor the story when they want to bring up the whole thing of Trump's taxes. Okay, how did the publication, what was it, New York Times, how did they get Trump's taxes? Okay, I'm sure that Trump didn't give it to him. I'm sure there was no phone call to Trump's house from New York Times saying, hey, can we get your tax information? Give it to us. Sure, you can have it. No, it was stolen and then released. If what is on the website is even real, it might be fake. Trump said that the numbers aren't really accurate. Even if some of the numbers are kind of accurate, where did the numbers come from? Stolen information. So you got libel, slander, you got stolen information, all kind of things. The very same things that you say are the reason why you did not want to share the Hunter Biden story. Facebook's trying to ban me for sharing the story, and they're also trying to ban me for a story I did about hydroxychloroquine. And it went viral. It had like almost 1 million unique views on my website, crashed the whole website. I got a call from the host company saying, hey man, you got to upgrade your hosting because it's a lot on the server. They're trying to reduce the reach because they don't want people to be informed. They want to keep it very small, distribution, just to keep you in the dark as an American citizen. That's part of the reason why I'm here, to give you the real information. The mainstream media don't want you to know. I called it in the last video I did about Hunter Biden. I was like, the media, it'll get swept right under the rug. They won't talk about it at all. And I'm right. If they do talk about it, they'll say that, oh, the right and conspiracy theorists and all these people are just trying to put it out there. It's not really real. You're trying to invade his privacy, all this, that, and the third. Privacy all of a sudden matters now when it comes to Hunter Biden, but not to Donald Trump or his kids, not Trump Jr., not Eric Trump, not anybody, not even Barron, who's a kid. They don't really care about what they say they care about. They only care about things like privacy and stolen information, all this, that, and the third when it comes to their particular political party, their half-dead goat and goose. Not in general, across the board, which is what you should do if you want to be consistent and accurate. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? Do you think that big tech is most certainly censoring us as conservatives because we're getting close to the election? It's like, what, 2-3 weeks left? You know, time's away and time's ticking. They don't want any kind of story to come out that may damage their chances. And when I say they, I mean those on the left. Far left, center left, left is left. Do you think I'm right about that? And that's your viewpoint. Let me know why in the comments below. Or am I wrong about that? Am I a conspiracy theorist? Am I saying things that don't make any sense? I mean, I've lined my case out for you. Where are any flaws in my argument, if there are any flaws? Whatever your thoughts on that are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know how I stand. I think this is really crazy. Big tech sucks. Social media pretty much sucks. Twitter, Facebook, they're the biggest offenders. Okay, the guy from Facebook got on Twitter and said that this story could be real, it could be false, but we don't know. In the meantime, we're going to go ahead and shut it down anyway. We're going to, quote unquote, lower its distribution, meaning through the natural channels upon which the channel will be able to get some growth and get some views. They're going to just stop all that. They're going to reduce the algorithm. They have a negative algorithm for you, so you can't really reach anybody. So it stifles the growth. So it prevents information from being spread. All right. I think we got to look at Section 230. If you want to be a curator and a publisher and stuff like that, okay, behave as one. Do the same thing like New York Post and New York Times would be. If there's a lawsuit there, then be open to it. That's how I feel about it. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.